Good morning, I'm Leonardo Puglisi. This is 6 News. Today, school's back, but it's looking very different for Victorian students, and now principals are banning anyone from entering school premises. A Melbourne hospitality worker identified as a COVID-19 super spreader, with more Victorian healthcare workers testing positive every day. Daniel Andrews announces Victoria's state of emergency will continue until at least mid-May, while some experts say restrictions could be lifted in just weeks. Easter tragedy, a mother and her young son found dead after a unit fire on the Gold Coast, and the bizarre fines police are handing out to those breaching quarantine. It's just past 10 a.m. The 6 Morning News starts now. Let's get straight to Wollongong, where reporter Jack Hahn joins me now live. Good morning, Jack. How has the pandemic affected education in New South Wales?
Well, the coronavirus has put that all into question. I mean, the coronavirus has really turned everything on its head, education included. So at the moment, I'm doing Year 12 in New South Wales, and typically around August and October is when we finish school and we go into a big exam period. And now, of course, having 160 kids in one big area is a big no-no. So hopefully the coronavirus is well and truly subsided by the end of the year so I can take place with my exams, but it extends beyond that. I'm at home, I'm doing a lot of my schoolwork from home, and something that I think is fairly looked over is the fact that I'm only in high school for a short amount of time, and I could have it a lot harder. I'm not making light of the situation. I know plenty of teenagers have gone through much worse things that you could only look 100 years ago where people my age were going to war. But keep in mind, it is still a bit difficult being a teenager and not being able to go to parties and socialise. So that's what's getting to me. And another thing not many people are realising, school is. All of that has been cancelled. I know many of my friends that wanted to go to Fiji and places like that. That's not happening anymore. Lucky for me, I erred on the side of caution and I didn't book anything, so I'm counting my lucky stars.
Yes, I'm sure you've got a few big exams coming up. Thank you, Jack. And here in Victoria, students have returned to school via online classes. The new way of learning has prompted some schools, including Hawthorn West Primary, to ban all students from school premises unless they have special permission from parents or guardians. A Melbourne hospitality worker has been labelled a COVID-19 super spreader by Victoria's pandemic officials. The man did not develop symptoms himself, sparking concerns that the virus spreads much earlier than first thought. Authorities say the man attended 4 large gatherings, unknowingly spreading coronavirus to up to 100 people. Victoria currently has the second most amount of cases in any state or territory, with at least 160 healthcare workers testing positive so far. Premier Daniel Andrews has announced Victoria's state of emergency will continue until at least mid-May. Some experts say restrictions could be lifted by the end of the month. However, currently in Victoria there are 1.3 thousand confirmed cases in the state, with a total of 14 deaths, with more restrictions on outdoor activities currently in place. The NRL has been slammed by Australia's Chief Medical Officer over a proposal to restart the season by May 28th. Concern has been raised over how interstate teams will be able to compete with travel and border restrictions set to be in place for months. And Gil McLachlan has teased an AFL comeback, saying the footy season is just months away. The COVID-19 outbreak in the US is getting worse by the day, with roughly 600,000 confirmed cases and 25,000 deaths. President Donald Trump's response has been heavily criticised by US citizens, with many saying he has turned his daily briefings into a political campaign.
I believe that he has turned his platform more into a political campaign than it has to fully inform the public and to help out the United States.
A mother and her young son have died after a shocking unit blaze on the Gold Coast. Authorities say the fire started around 1:30 a.m. in the front of an apartment in which a young family of 3 were inside. Witnesses say the father, Nathan Moore, jumped from a second-story balcony. His wife, Shana, and 6-year-old son, Ollie, still trapped upstairs. Unfortunately, they couldn't be saved. Fire authorities say it was too dangerous for anyone to enter the unit, the blaze quickly spreading to nearby apartments. The cause is still under investigation. Now, Victoria Police have had their hands full, handing out hundreds of thousands of dollars in fines to those breaching quarantine. Some of the most bizarre examples we've seen include a man who drove 40 kilometres, he claims, to get a bottle of water, and another man who went out on a Tinder date. In total, $300,000 worth of fines were handed out in Victoria over the entire Easter break. And before we go today, a quick announcement about the future of this very program. Now, those of you close to me and the network will know we began the morning bulletin around a month ago in light of these major world events. As you've seen, we have been covering some other news, with our main focus still the coronavirus pandemic. But we would like to make it very clear we will be continuing for many weeks to come. So as always, thank you for your company. I'm Leonardo Puglisi. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.